Hi, sorry about the glare. First of all, I just want to concentrate on this. It's 8.2. So, we're going to do a blood sugar. Da da da. Da 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 da. Gonna get my little glucometer out. Already cleaned my finger. But I just want to show you how your glucometer might be different than your actual blood sugar. I've mentioned this in the past video. Got my blood. Current blood sugar. Sure, the day I want to do it, it comes in perfect. I don't, but it's 8.3 here. So some people might say, well, it's not perfect. Well, it's not going to be perfect because you're measuring two different things. But I'll try it again later. Okay, so with that, we press yes. And we kind of reset the machine. As you see here, this circle is clear and it's calibrating the 8.3. So while I have this, because this isn't giving as much glare, 8.3, and move this over, 75% time in range. How different things get. Okay, so taking a look up, it's down, it's down. Okay, 25% was above range. This is how it comes out on the pump. 25% above, 0% below, and 100% smart guard. That means that the sensor was activated for 100% of the day. Today, sorry, this was a little long intro. Today we want to discuss what I say. So, let's go. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Hi, we're back. I've got other lights on now, so I don't look like a dead. But what do I say when people ask, "Oh, are you a diabetic?" I say, "Hell yes. I have nothing to be ashamed of." And I know some of you are thinking, "Yes, but he doesn't have to work." I don't have to work anymore, but I still have no qualms in letting people know I'm a type 1 diabetic. One or two questions are going to come back. "Oh, I'm so sorry." Maybe three questions. "Oh, I'm so sorry." Well, I'm glad you're sorry, but it doesn't affect me. It's just the way I have to live my life. Do I say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you have to breathe in order to live"? It's the same difference here. So we need to be more alert to that. When people are using it more like, "Oh, see, we are better than you." And they may not realize they're doing it, but that's what they're really saying, or that's how we take it. Next is, "Oh, how do you take shots all the time?" I don't. I have an insulin pump. It's a prick every 3 days instead of every day. So that's better. "Oh, I could never do that." What? Take shots to live? You're telling me that if your life was on the line, you wouldn't take shots. I know for a fact that if I don't take my insulin, I start really feeling like crap. And when my blood sugars were going skyrocket, ting, I had so much issue with my blood sugar that I wasn't getting it. And it was sitting under my skin, whatever. But you're telling me you want to feel like that all the time? And they kind of stand back. People don't realize what a diabetic has to go through. In their mind, "Oh, well, you have diabetes. You can't have sugar." Well, bully, you got me there. But yet they see me eating whatever. That's the point. Type 1 and type 2 are two different things. Because the next question will illustrate that. "Oh, my grandmother has it." Well, your grandmother has a form of diabetes, but it's really not the same disease at all. We live our lives the best we can. Diabetics aren't looking for pity, but on the other hand, I'm not going to get mad at them. What I am going to say is thank you for your interest. I use it as a tool to educate people. There is so miscommunication of what type 1 diabetes is out there in the real world. And my friends, who when I started, or just after I met them, found out I was a type 1 diabetic. And it's progressed that they were my main source and my voice when I couldn't speak. That's another big issue. What happens when I can't speak? Well, I have people who stood up. If my alarm went off, I would have the fire department call them. And usually they could be loading me up or whatever. A friend would show up. And a preferred hospital. And where to go but sometimes we need that person, especially if you're like me, being a labile diabetic, in that I could drop, I could go super high, or I could be very sick. But these two individuals will speak up for me. And I know I can call them and they'd be here within an hour and a half or however long it takes them to get out. But on the whole, most treatments I've received, they've been there, but they didn't need to be there. That's two different things. They were there as friends. They weren't necessarily there as a guardian, even though they say we're responsible for them, which they are now. They're my power of attorney. But, you don't know, but so often people just assume what they've heard about diabetes, and they will regurgitate this to the diabetic. Don't get upset. As I said, use it as a learning tool. Why would you want to? Why should we always have to explain ourselves? Well, I think 20% of all diabetics are type 1. And as type 1s, we seem to always be the younger sibling to people who have type 2. I was researching something online, and everyone, it sounded like, oh yes, this product works wonders. But it was all type 2. But that's a different, but still, they're going to regurgitate that back to you. And we have to respond as an educator, even though you're not an educator. But remember, be polite. Try to put a positive spin on it. It's something I have to do to live. If I had a choice, hell, I wouldn't. I could go out. I probably wouldn't have had nerve damage, eye problems. But here comes the biggie, you know this. If I control my blood sugars, things will be fine. It's nice to see now that what we're saying is being more accepted. First of all, hearing what we say all the time. Pharmacists now, if you go to a pharmacy, they usually have a worker who understands diabetes, or the pharmacist understands diabetes drugs. They carry more. It may be behind the pharmacy counter, but you're able to get them. When I first got them, everything a diabetic needs, including syringes, the actual needles, because when I first got it, we had to boil. And then very quickly, disposables came in. But everything had to have prescription. Now, if I want sugar tablets, I can get it. Actually, I don't think Dex tablets were a big thing back then. So, what do I say? Yeah, I got diabetes. I wish I didn't, but I do, and I live with it every single day, and nothing's going to stop me from achieving what I want to do. There are a couple of exceptions, but what we have to do is announcing we have type 1, and this is what we have to do to control our blood sugars. And if you truly want to make it easier, you could eliminate copay on insulin. You can make diabetic supplies free. That sort of thing is how you can support me. Now, insulin is in most provinces in BC, I can't speak for the states, is covered by our pharmacare system. But I just use that as an example. We need to promote research. That's a good one. Where we are now with blood sugars and glucometers all really stemmed from diabetics saying, hey, we're tired. We're tired of feeling like crap. We're tired of not having control of our blood sugars. So be positive. Say how they could help, but don't be, oh yes, we're just so righteous. I don't hide my diabetes. I don't work, true, but I did work for years. I know how diabetes is actually accepted in the workplace. And with that, have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.